Hello farmers, welcome back to Selendra. Got a full trailer of sorghum. Started up the harvest and here we are. Got one field done, that's the one behind the greenhouses. And as we dump this on in, how are we doing on the sorghum? I'm actually thinking, because we got a good amount of sorghum left over from last harvest, and we're gonna have a good amount this time as well. I'm thinking next year, maybe one of those fields back there, we're probably going to put soybeans. So next year we'll be having canola and soybeans added to the farm, a crop to actually sell. Yeah, like I said, we got a good amount of sorghum left over there. The horses don't seem to be going through it that much, and of course with the additional fields that we bought this year for the chickens making wheat, well, that should be enough for all of them to be kind of happy, I think. So yeah, just got to pick up maybe a field, maybe even two. We'll see how it goes. We can't plant sorghum until next spring, so we should have a good idea. Not sorghum, sorry, soybean. We should have a good idea of how we're doing and if I should do one or two fields back here. That way we can make more profit off our fields rather than just feeding the animals all the time. So that's kind of the idea I had when I started harvesting here. I was like, wow, how much crop do we have left over? And it's a good amount. We're going to harvest this field to our left next. And after we get done with that, we're going to go over and grab the doits. I'm going to fertilize the fields on the other side. I want to start prepping those fields for planting. So I got to fertilize them first, and then when we go around and mulch them, when I go around and plant again, that'll get our second stage of fertilization, and the fields will be all set. That's what we need to do. That's kind of the plan for today. I know it's supposed to rain next month, but it's not going to rain all day. At least I hope it doesn't. We'll find a way to get rest of the harvesting in tomorrow. We will just have those two fields right there to do, and it won't take us too long to do. As long as I get about a good hour of no rain, then we're good to go. I'll leave the Fiat running. Won't take me too long to get this field done, maybe 5-10 minutes, somewhere in that range. But yeah, I just noticed, I think this is going to be episode 50 of Selendra. In one sense, it doesn't seem like we've been here that long, but then in another, it does seem like I've been here that long. I think it all depends on how the video goes, meaning, like the horse training facility, when I found out that was not going to work out too well for us, it made me feel like I've been in Selendra a long time. But when I start paying off good chunks of the loan, it makes it seem like things are going well, and yeah, we're progressing along rather quickly. I was a little at first nervous myself when we had a $1.5 million loan on a small farm, but really, with the sheep and growing cotton in the greenhouses, making fabric, and then of course the sawmill as well, that's paying off really well. But what's really helping us out, as I said before, is the sheep. Selling the sheep when they're worth $1,000 a piece, well, that's working out just grand. Get it? 1,000 grand. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna finish up the harvesting here in this field, and just start prepping some fields on the other side. I don't want the whole episode to be about harvesting sorghum. I probably could make it that way. The first field, of course, I did before I started recording. That took about 5-10 minutes. This combine just gets the fields done rather quickly. Just make sure we don't hit any branches there. We're all good. I'm trying to think, can I get this entire field in the trailer? I can't remember. I'm doing the harvest the same way as I did last time. And I think I definitely am going to build a trailer before I get this done with the field. 47%, I should be able to go around one more time. Combine should be about 3/4 full, which means it should all fit into the trailer. Don't want to leave any grain out overnight, especially if it's going to rain. Get it all into our silo. I'm not going to sell any of the sorghum, even though we seem to have loads of it now. It'll be nice and safe in our silo, and I'd rather keep it there rather than sell it and then figure out, well, I could have used an extra 10,000 liters. I don't think I can buy sorghum in the store. I could probably buy oats. The only thing that, which was a little bit better on this combine, is when it discharges the grain into the trailer. But then again, it's a small combine. I'm pretty sure the auger pipe on that is kind of small as well. Yeah, the good old John Deere combine is starting to show its age a little bit here in the farm with the paint coming off in areas. The 1175. Go ahead and spin this around, and we'll kind of get it ready for harvesting for tomorrow at some point. Yeah, so you only can see the current month that we're in for weather. Stops at, well, still before midnight. Maybe if we get closer, it's the 12-hour forecast that it shows. Now, I know I tried it on Elm Creek when FS22 came out. There's a weather station you can put down. It's supposed to be more accurate. I can't remember what that does, and I didn't really see where it helped us any on Elm Creek. Maybe it gives us a 24-hour forecast instead of a 12-hour forecast, and I just didn't see the difference. I don't remember. So yeah, I'm actually surprised. We almost got a full trailer out of it. Do any of these fields back here? I don't think the first one I did is going to need lime. What about the one I just did? That might need some lime, actually. And it does. Alright. Just got to keep that in mind. Let's go across the little pond here. Oh, I did get the greenhouses all topped off and tapped off with water. So they should be all set for few months. I'm hoping till springtime. I don't want to be doing that in winter, because imagine sitting on that Deutsch tractor in the winter with it snowing and trying to get water in the tanker, and it just seems like a cold job to be involved in. So spreading fertilizer would be the next job, and we got to get those fields converted over, because wheat can be planted tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, I mean September, next month. And I want to get that in for sure, because I'll forget about it and then say, oh, in the springtime, let's go ahead and plant wheat or barley, and we can't do that. There we go. I'll wait until the trailer gets down before I actually turn off at the tractor this time. And we'll back this up right here. It'll be good. I don't remember on the animals. Do they need anything? No, the sheep are fine. The chickens are well off. Those horses over on the other side, they're good for a while. Base food is sorghum or oats. And, of course, hay is the other one. So I think we got some oats I could bring over to them. We only got 2 horses in this stable, so this is going to take a while for them to go to that feed right there. They're good for a little bit. All right, the Deutz is next. And oh wow, I got like a full container of fertilizer. But I got to remember, this is not precision farming, so we're going to go through the fertilizer at a decent rate. Let's start with the fields right over here. And we'll work our way around clockwise. Nice and easy to see where we've been. Then we got to convert our John Deere mower over to a mulcher, because right now it's just set up as a mower. And we got to mulch the fields. don't know if we're going to do that today or not. We'll see how long this takes us. Although, it's not going to take us as long as I thought. They're small fields. Even though the working width is not that wide, this is actually a decent working width for the small fields. Just try to get every little piece that we can in the field, because this will be a wheat field and that's going to feed our chickens. I'll overlap the center a little bit because it's kind of hard to tell in the center where I've been. Oh yeah, we're going to rip through these fields pretty darn quick, so maybe we will get some mulching done this episode. At least get the mulching done on this side. I'm not going to worry about the other side at all, because those fields over there will be taken care of next spring. I just want to have them all prepped and ready to go. So I didn't go through that much fertilizer as I thought I would. Alright, left some straw here, but that'll get pushed on into the ground when we come around with our direct drill. Oh yeah, I should go ahead and make the road going over to the horse stable as well. So actually, before I actually put some fertilizer on there, let's go ahead and stop right here for a moment and back up. And let's go into construction mode, shall we? And landscaping, painting. And that's not what we're looking for. That's not what we're looking for. All right, so which one is it? Gravel. I mean, this is all gravel down here. We don't want gravel. That's grass, grass. Forest ground. Ah, that's what we're looking for. Alright, let's go ahead and change that over to a circle. And we're actually just going to go right on through. Why won't that let me change that? Are you saying I don't own that field? I mean, we harvest that field. Oh, that's going to look terrible. No. I mean, the land's there, not here. Alright, so we'll just have to deal with that for now. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and finish fertilizing this field. And I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this side and put the crop in over here as well. Even though at one point I was saying, why bother coming over here because it's such a small area. But every little area will help. Oh, someone did ask, why don't I push the wool pallets together before I pick them up? Well, what's the fun in that? I mean, I could push them together, make it easier, and maybe I should. And I'll be honest, sometimes it doesn't even cross my mind to do so. Because, in theory, I can grab them and pick them on up. Although we see what happens. Like last episode, one fell off before it even got to the spinnery. So maybe I should push them together, but to me it's an added step. But an added step that would save me some time, I'm sure. So wait, I can't even fertilize the corner of that field now? Won't let me fertilize that corner of the field. Interesting. Looks like the property boundary wars are happening between me and the other farmers. Maybe they feel like I'm overtaking the Selendra area too much. I'm getting to be the bigwig around here and they don't like it. So they're fighting over the property boundaries. We are the rich farmer in town or village. Of course, from what a few of you have said about the area, having a farm worth $1.5 million would be, I guess, unheard of. And this farm, by the time we get done, will be worth that and more, because I don't know how much everything will be worth if we sold everything, but I think it's going to be over $1.5 million, right? Because that's what we borrowed to pay for everything. And not only is it worth more than that, because the value of the farm just goes up every year. Because we'll keep on, well, the farm would keep on making fabric and everything else. And we'd just be swimming in the cash. We'd be like Scrooge McDuck or something, you know, just have a big silo full of coins that we have to dive on into. Alright, so I'm not going through as much fertilizer as I thought I would. I thought I was going to have to go over and fill up at least one or twice. And then once again, the reason why I'm doing it in this sequence here is you got to change the state of a field before you can add another stage of fertilizer. So base game in Farming Simulator 22, you need 2 stages of fertilizer in to get your fertilizer percentage up to 100%. So by fertilizing before we mulch the field, that will which changes the state of the field. When I go to drill, and we drill with seed and fertilizer, once I get done drilling, we don't have to go around and fertilize afterwards. We're all set. Unlike with precision farming, you can probably go around this fertilizer fields once because you're using sensors and all that to put in the amount of fertilizer you need for the crop that you're planting. I think I talked about in the last episode of Hinterland how different farming is from base game Farming Simulator over to precision farming. I know when I started doing precision farming in 19, it took a while to get used to the different way of doing things. So I'm going to get this entire field done without having to go top off with fertilizer, huh? Maybe I could pay off more of that loan, since I don't really need that much cash on us. Although you never know what's going to come up for sale in the store. But I'm pretty happy with all the equipment that we got in the farm, even the Fiat. Even though I talk about it when it acts up. When it acts up, I should probably just restart the game, because it seems like it just, when I do an episode and it acts up, it'll do it like 3 or 4 times, and other times, most of the time, it just acts just fine. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll grab the Fiat, I guess. Because that did not take us as long. I thought it was going to be a few trips to the store and back. Let's get this back under cover. I am kind of curious, though. I'm wondering how much that weather station is. There is a weather station, like I said, we can buy. And it's supposed to give you a better idea of the forecast. I'm kind of curious, again, how that actually works. No, I want the weight. Sorry. I want to drop off the trailer. Let's grab our mower slash mulcher. And we'll back on up to our little handy dandy toolbox. Watch out for the pallet forks on the telehandler. That should be in the trigger. Yes, it is. So we want to go ahead and customize. And where is it? Mulcher, yes. $0 to convert it over. And let's go ahead and rehitch that back on up. Where is that in the store, though? I don't remember. Is that under construction? Tools. A weather station improves the weather forecast available for your farm. $4,200. I remember putting that down on Elm Creek, and I didn't see what it actually did. If anyone remembers or what that actually does, I mean, we can see what it says it does. Does it actually do anything in the game? And I couldn't find it out on Elm Creek. If I don't know what episode, maybe episode 3 or 4 of Elm Creek, over a year and a half ago at this point. I put it down there just to see what it did, and yeah, I don't remember if it actually improved anything. It may give us a more extended outlook on the forecast, but maybe I was looking at, because currently we get like the hourly forecast for the day that we're in. So maybe it gives us a 24-hour forecast instead of a 12-hour forecast. Anywho, if you do know about it, let me know. Alright, so now we want to go ahead and this will mulch the field. And it's very easy to see the difference. So this is basically taking the stubble that's in the field and, well, it's mulching it. And again, this is something, just like rolling the fields, this is something I don't see the farmers do around where I live. I live in the northeastern part of the United States, and I really don't see farmers ever mulching a field. And the crops that we grow mostly where I am is corn and soybean. Occasionally I do see cereal crops planted around here, but I think the rotation most farmers do is corn and soybean. Corn mainly for making silage for the cows. Got a lot of milking barns, cow barns around here. I think most of the milk that's produced here gets transported over to Cabot, which is a company that makes cheeses and stuff like that. And just like that, this wheat field, which it will be again, I say again, I keep forgetting we had oats and barley in these two fields. Now it's one, but it'll be a wheat field tomorrow. September. Turn that off. Sneak between the fence and the trash can. Should be alright. This crop is good. Is it going to eliminate the straw swath that's there? Yes, it does. Okay. So I'm kind of glad I'm getting this done this month instead of waiting until next month. Because it could be one of those days where it rains all day. And I might be doing some nighttime work, which would be kind of interesting. Something I don't do very often. Just because for your viewing pleasure, it doesn't help you out too much when it's dark everywhere. Let's mine the stump that's in front of us. All right, don't have to come back in there now. We're all set. So it won't let me paint in the dirt around here, but it'll let me work in the field. I could bring the plow back over and make that into a field and be all set. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. Don't feel like dragging the plow out for that little piece. This John Deere mower slash mulcher was recommended to me quite often when I was looking for a mulcher. And of course it saved us a lot of time mowing the grass and getting basically 2 implements into one. It saved us some money as well. Working speed is great. A little dusty back there, but it works great. I just had a double check because I couldn't remember about canola, and technically I could be planting canola this month, but since we'll have the drill out tomorrow in September for the wheat, we'll plant the canola in this field right here, well, these 2 fields now. So these 2 fields will be canola, and then of course we'll have the wheat field on the other side, and also adjacent to our farm over there will be wheat as well. And by putting crop in that we can sell, that should help us out to reach our goal to pay off our loan by the end of next season. We are working our way there. By the end of this season, I'm hoping to be down to $750,000 left. And since I really don't have to purchase anything else other than supplies like lime, fertilizer, seed, we should be doing just fine. And I'm guesstimating $300,000 worth of fabric by next year and $200,000 worth of planks next year. Which means I got to come up with $250,000 somewhere. Of course, we got eggs, but that's going to count for like maybe 40 or 50,000. And we'll have some silage, selling the sheep. So it's going to be kind of interesting, but it's good to give yourself a goal. I think when playing on a farm, Farming Simulator keeps it more interesting. At least that's the way I like to play. Some people just like to get in the big equipment, small equipment, and do what makes you happy. That's the whole point of playing games, right? We're all going to play differently. But I think having a goal gives you something to aim for, and it challenges you a little bit. Got a lot more work done today than I thought I was going to. Thought we'd just do a little bit of harvesting and maybe fertilizing. But I'm glad we got this taken care of today. And again, if someone has used that weather instrument before and knows if it actually does something, I'm just going by what I remember on Elm Creek a year and a half ago where I put it down. And I didn't see much of a difference. The only thing I would guess on, like I said, I'm trying to remember a year and a half ago, it may give us a 24-hour forecast instead of a 12-hour forecast. Which in our case right now would be kind of handy, but I don't think I've seen weather like rain last for more than 12 hours. So I think we'll be fine in September to go ahead, get the rest of the harvesting done. And then, of course, all these fields over here will be taken care of. So, like I said, this will be a... let me jump over here. This will be a wheat field. And then again, we got the wheat field on the left and canola on the right. And now on the back, yeah, next year we're going to plant some soybeans over there. Probably take one of the... maybe the field behind the behind the greenhouses, and we'll make that soybeans. So that's a bigger field. Because currently, even though we got those 2 fields left, how many liters of sorghum do we have now? 54,000. And we got 18,000 liters of oats. So, yeah, we're doing well for ourselves. And doing well for the horses. This winter, I have decided we're not going to sell any straw either. We're going to keep it all. I mean, the extra couple $100 here would be nice, but I think it's just better off keeping the straw for the horses. Another thing I think we're going to do, because we're doing so well on the lime and fertilizer and all that, I think we're going to go in here. We're actually going to repay off just a little bit more. And that'll leave us $7,000. I think we'll do good that way. And in the store, nothing has changed. I think it's been the same 2 items for the last 3 episodes. And really, like I said... even if the Valtra came up for sale, I don't think I would trade in the Fiat yet. Just because we're not going to get much in return for the Fiat. And then the Valtra, even if it's half off, is going to be like $55,000. Somewhere in that range. And the only thing we're gaining is maybe like 5 horsepower. And maybe a tractor that doesn't stall once in a while. I shouldn't say stall. Where the gearbox locks up, basically. Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, the Fiat's been behaving well again. I don't want to talk about it too much, but every time I talk well about it, it'll act up again. Oh, yeah, we can also make a good amount of money from all these trees that we got back here. The sawmill is going to require some of them. But, yeah, do I dare try using the wood splitter once again with a true tree that we planted? Last time we used it, I figured out that the 25-meter tall trees, spruce trees, that are on the map tend to have a dead space down by the trunk. So dead space meaning the chainsaw couldn't cut in the area, and that's the same thing the wood splitter needs to do. So that could be causing our issues. So I do want to give it a try on a full-blown 35-meter tall spruce tree, and we got tons of them here, as you can see, to give it a try. And we make some decent money on the wood, split woods, firewood. We just got to go ahead and get it processed and put on in and sell it. Maybe we'll give that a go again in the fall after we get done with all the fields. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.